Just a couple minutes. We'll give it a little minute here. Hello, Margaret. Ange, how you doing? What's up? Everybody's starting to roll on there. Love it. All right. So, welcome. Q loves you, coming to you live. Another Throwdown Thursdays. It has been quite an interesting week again, but tax season, kaputs, right? I guess for some of us, at least it's over as of yesterday. I'm trying to wear some red, white, and blue in lieu of that. I don't know if that makes me feel good or bad. I know the money I am going to owe is not so good. So, but at least it's over. At least I know what it looks like. The pain is temporary, pride is forever. Isn't that what they say? I don't know, but I don't know if that makes any sense right now. But anyway, we'll get over that. That's why we have a special night for you. We've got to have some great laughs. We got some newcomers to the show. We also have a little relief in the form of some red juice, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But for now, I want to get this party started a little bit. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and introduce my friend and yours, the one, the only, the lonely / ish unlonely, Patrick. What, man?
I'm lonely?
I don't know.
How did you know?
I don't know.
I'm lonely.
I don't know. Maybe it's just something to do with, I don't know, COVID and being trapped in your house and stuff like that. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not wearing a mask. No way. That gets against my rights of being an imbecile. Q, great to see you. This is great. We have a great show. I'm very excited. We're drinking wine. Happy tax time, even though it's
time.
Yeah, we just did our taxes, and then we got fitted for barrels. So let's just say old Trumpy Bear took care of us right in the keister, which is great because we waited literally to the last minute. It was like
11:42, sending it out for the mail.
Yeah. So we got it in, and the cop should be here any minute, so that's good. We have a great show. I'm really excited. We got some old friends and some new friends, and I think we're gonna have fun. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say a couple things that I noticed this week. We're on Facebook. It's great to be on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that Facebook said they are changing their policy to, if you have like white supremacy, stuff or, racist stuff, you are no longer welcome on Facebook. Unless you pay, then who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we're in business, aren't we?
Oh my gosh.
I did, Q, you'll like this, because we live in Santa Monica, and I almost got killed by a guy in a Lamborghini.
Come on.
It's interesting because, yes.
Again?
He came flying. What? No, I just did the bit before.
Oh, my bad.
What? Come on. What? We practice this. You're supposed to go, Jesus Christ. How are you supposed to be my puppet? No, and this really happened. The guy almost ran me over, and it's like, and he was so freaked out. I thought, he took a shit because he had the look of like utter horror, because he was like this close to my car, and I looked up the type of Lamborghini, and it's like $780,000 car, and I'm thinking, okay, what else can you get for $700,000? This is me going on the internet, and it turns out you can actually get a Monet painting, like a minimal Monet, the Impressionist master, for $600,000. You can just buy a Monet.
It's a good deal.
And and I thought, like, I was thinking, what is my car worth in classic art? And have you ever seen dogs playing poker? Because that's like, hello. Okay. Boy, what a long way to get there. Jesus.
Yeah, that was good.
Christ.
I'm glad you didn't get hit, though.
Yeah, me too. So actually, it would have been nice, because all I'm seeing on TV now is lawyer ads. Like, have you been hurt? Have you noticed this on TV?
Yeah.
It's all like these shady lawyers. And the one guy that's the creepiest of the creepies is this Sweet James guy. Have you seen this guy?
No.
He's got billboards. And I mean, unlock these guys. Well, yeah, maybe they want to talk.
Well,
Dictator.
Well, yeah, but come on, go with the flow here.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's like I'm sure some of them have seen these commercials.
Well, you want to introduce them now?
Well, no, hold on. I'm just saying. Well, they can talk. Jesus, Junior. So there's like this guy, Sweet James. He's like the most creepy, like, he looks like someone who would kidnap you. And then and they do a close up on him, and he has really bad teeth. I'm like, look, if you want to get my legal services, if you want to get I slipped on a banana peel at the post office gig, then you better fix your teeth, dude. Oh my God, I don't know.
Well,
where did I go with that? And I'm sure a lot of people have actually ghosted. Has anybody ghosted? Have you ever ghosted anybody?
Yeah.
It's I'm not proud of it, but I recently ghosted my student loans, and they don't like to be ghosted. So just putting that out there. Oh my gosh, I went to Costco, which was it's sort of like a premonition of the future of like what we do not want. It was not the way they have it set up now, and unfortunately I had to return something because we went camping and we bought this like mattress that totally didn't work. Those mattresses like the blow up ones,
Oh yeah.
Not blow up dolls, cube.
No, well, okay. Either way, both of them don't work. So.
And this one sure as hell didn't work. So I take it back, and it took like in front of me. I have to wait for 20 minutes because somebody is returning bananas. I'm like, I'm not making this up. I know that sounds like a total, but it's like this lady's arguing over like returning bananas. They're like, we don't return, like they were saying, it's like we don't return fruit. It was like a Seinfeld bit, and so they're yelling at each other. I'm like, it's like I couldn't believe it. I was like kind of happy for the Costco lady to yell back. I'm like, lady, they're fucking bananas. I'll give you $1.80. Get the fuck out of here. And then trying to get in there is like the Bataan Death March. It's like these old people who do not want to fucking, it's like, come on, let's go. There's no one here. And like, it's like, when you're waiting to get on the roller coaster at Disney World and there's nobody there. It's like, you have to go to that maze where you get a pellet at the end. And so I called the lady Jive Turkey because she was taking forever. Real good reference from today. And this lady was probably like 75, 80, and she gave me the finger. And it was like, wait, you still give the finger at that age? Anyways, so, and then to make a long story short, the people in front of me, when I checked out, were actually getting a big, like two big things of like big box of things of Sunny D and Cornish hens. So I don't know, in the wine pairing world, I don't know if that's a good one.
Are they marinating them in Sunny D?
Maybe, which is like battery acid, right?
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
All right, what do you think? What do you think? You think you're ready to go ahead and get this party started?
You know what? I just want to say one last thing. It's like I know everybody's been, all the things with the cops, and it's like my fear of the cops, because in Los Angeles, the cops all look like male strippers. So, it's like, I got pulled over again the other day. I think it's because I got a shitty car because, and the guy's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. And he's like, because it's your birthday. Then, yeah, whatever. So that freaked me out. It's like, they're like male strippers. So it's LA. It's horrifying. So anyways, there's way too many funny people for me to keep, pulling these teeth here. So,
sorry, I couldn't keep that up for you.
All right. Well, let's let these people breathe.
All right. They've been waiting all day. They're getting hammered back there behind the stage. You know what I mean? So
yeah. We're drinking some good stuff here.
All right. Well, let's welcome everybody to the stage. Hello, everyone. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
You guys are all alive. You're all alive and kicking now.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
We got the fabulous Matt Knudsen. There he is.
What's going on?
And we got Dennis Gubbins down there. There's the Dennis Gubbins, the mayor of Venice. Sorry, Bronson Jones, you're not the mayor. It's Dennis Gubbins. Sorry to break that. And his beard is actually appropriate. Thank you very much. But speaking of inappropriate beards, one of my favorite people in the world, the fabulous, go get him, no nonsense, unless you want him to be nonsensical. David Nieker, everybody. David Nieker. And then Q, why don't you introduce our special guest?
Oh, listen, I tell you what, everybody up there, for those two of my best friends in the entire world and some of the most amazing winemakers that are on the planet, they have blessed us with their presence today and gave us some juice because of the post-tax day, all the stress we've been feeling. They said, hey, listen, we're going to make sure y'all are feeling good. Mike and Alicia Villas up in there in the corner. Say, Michael, Alicia, hello. Say hi. Guys.
You got to unmute yourself.
Say hi. Are they muted?
Hello?
Welcome to 2020.
They don't do a ton of these Zoom meetings, but listen, I know actually you guys do. You've been doing a lot on Instagram and stuff like that. I've been seeing. But listen, I just wanted to say thank you very much for what are we drinking here? I'm going to show the little bottle here. I'm going to go up.
Oh, and Q, are there any sommeliers on the panel tonight?
There is, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really? There is.
And
where?
And Patrick.
We got a real life som? We got a real life som.
I think on the Zoom screen that would be the top. Me? I'm in there. I'm in there somewhere. Patrick, you're definitely there. And then
okay.
Michael. So we've got anybody else down there? Matt, Dennis, David, any of you?
I can do like this.
Yeah.
No, you need to do.
I can
What's
do
that?
that.
So
Matt Knudsen can drink wine like an old Greek guy in the island of Santorini. Like, I mean, this guy's got he's got a gut.
I got to admit, I've been known to get up to get down.
Well, I tell you, we're drinking right here. I'm kind of showing the screen up there for everybody. A little. Let's see if I can get back here. Penville Grenache 2015. The Ballard Canyon. Yes. And
Yep.
Mike, Alicia, what are we drinking there? What is that from? We want to give you a little love on this for the Penville. What do we got?
So we get the fruit from Stoltman Vineyards.
Great winery, by the way.
Yeah, awesome winery and incredible farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't think that Stoltman gets quite the credit that they deserve. If they were in Napa, I think that they would be definitely one of the top California blue chip wineries. They are incredibly talented at what they do, and they have a vineyard manager named Ruben Salarzano, who is just impeccable in his growing. And we are very blessed and very lucky to be able to get a little bit of fruit from them. And
Mike, if I may say, as a wine guy myself, not to sound like a jerk, they make an array of incredible Rhone style wines. I mean, from the Rhone area of France, and those guys know their shit. They really got it dialed in, and their white wines are fantastic as well, and their red wines and their Syrahs. I mean, and I think Ballard Canyon, where this wine is sourced, is a really amazing place. It's nice and hot, and their fruit is incredible. So that's my Mr. Talky Talk.
If I could just add to Michael, the name Penville sounds like a country club that would go out of its way to deny my membership application.
So my last name is Villas, and my business partner, his last name is Penhaligon, and we got very creative and just cut our names in half and put together Penville.
I love it.
So,
nice.
That's get after drinking several bottles of wine after work.
Let's just put our names together. Who gives a shit?
No, it actually happened. They were saying the other one's name. It was a Freudian slip. They were saying each other's name. One slipped out and it came out like that.
Yeah.
I think.
So this is a great.
Interesting that you talk about the heat in Ballard Canyon because it's interesting. It can be 100 degrees there, but then that heat sucks in the wind and it tricks the vines into thinking that it's not as hot, so they don't shut down. And then you have this crazy shift from it could be 90, 100 in summer, August, and then at night it'll drop to 55 degrees, and it's
wonderful,
cold, maybe even cooler than that. And we actually go camping out there, and I tell you what, I mean, it is at night, it is freaking cold. and that's what keeps the grapes very fresh.
And so what do we?
Ripeness from the heat, but then it cools down, and you keep the acidity.
What are we getting on? What are we getting on this? Break down a little taste of this for us, and Mikey.
Well, but for Mike, what you're saying is like that's like the Rhone, the Rhone Valley has the Mistral wind. It does the same thing. So basically, this area and a small area in Paso Robles is the only area where you can imitate the way to style to make this wine. And wine is so OG because a lot of Grenache is like sweet and too flabby, and like that's really, like I said earlier, it's like vegan DOS. It's good.
Well, thank you. The other thing is the soil. One of my absolutely favorite wines on the planet is a Rhone wine called Reas, and it's a Chateauneuf-du-Pape that I used to be able to afford.
Hey man, Corona times, bro. We'll get you back there. We'll get back to that. You'll get back to that Louis Vuitton de Paul.
Now it's if you can it's 700.
You'd love it, Gubbs.
But the soil there is marine sand over limestone. Stoltman Vineyards happens to be marine sand over limestone. There's not a lot of limestone in California. And Stoltman happens to be,
but there's a lot of hippies.
Also, just wanted to point out, Limestone also denied my country club membership. I don't want anything to do there. Not my Knudsen business.
Well, listen. What else, Mike? I know that's Penville on the side. What else do you guys have? I know, Mike, you and Alicia both are working on some projects as well. You got Maison d'Ami.
I have another winery in Napa called Maison d'Ami, or House of Friends, and we work with another grower up there named Steve Mathiasen, who
is a well-known guy,
one of the great growers in Napa. And
where are the grapes from up there?
So he's got vineyards kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And we source fruit for that project anywhere from Rutherford all the way through to Coombsville.
North and south of the valley.
Okay.
And Steve he was one of the guys that even more than 10 years ago was talking about biodynamics and talking about where your grapes are coming from. And
definitely
something
the forefront of his time, for sure. Kind of on the fringe for most people in Napa, but for people that like a biodynamic organic, he's definitely the answer to that question, and definitely well known in that arena.
But wait, what if you like Roundup on your wine?
Then you're gonna have to get it someplace else.
Glyphosate somewhere else.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
But we happen to have the opportunity to work with Steve just kind of when he was starting to get known in the Valley and starting to get a lot of press and publications throughout the country. And so we are very lucky to work with him. And again,
he was also in the Somme films, featured in the Somme films.
Yep. And as you can see from this wine, I like old school wine, and opportunity to work with Steve.
Me.
Yeah, right. And when we had the opportunity to work with Steve, and I like, or had always kind of had in the back of my head, the idea to do an old school Napa project. I'm a huge fan of what they were doing with Napa, kind of in, I call it its heyday, but between the 60s through the early 80s, before scoring became the dominant thing that sold Napa wine.
Yeah.
And people were very independent how they made their wine, and were not making wine just to chase a score. And that's kind of what we're doing. We're making stuff that we're making it because we believe in it.
And because it's what we like to drink.
Well, I tell you what, and we've done plenty of that in our decades of knowing each other, I guess you'd say. Phenomenal individuals. We can go to penvillewinery.com to check out the Penville. Yes.
Yes.
Penvillewine.com.
What's that?
Penvillewine.com and maisondami.com. Both of them purchased straight on the website.
And also you can
Love
go
it.
same thing on Instagram as well, correct? Maison
Yes, Penville is at Penville Wine, and Maison de Me is Maison de Me.
Maison, and spell that out just real quick.
Go ahead.
MAISONDAMIS.
Otherwise known as Maison Dennis.
Damas, there you go. That's all I wanted to make sure.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yummy.
So we've got Mike and Alicia. Thank you very much for the wine. Let's give a cheers for them.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody. Everybody out there. Happy tax day
Cheers.
for all those. Cheers.
This is a
guys.
Grenache.
Ish. Yeah.
Grenache, phenomenal.
And let me say something about this wine. It is
Sure.
very French and also like because in Spain they grow a lot of it's called Garnacha, but it's really old school. I love it, and I think it's it's a real testament to. You said these are from Alban. These grapevines you got them from him.
Yeah, the grapevines are Alban clone.
Yeah,
Supposedly Alban got the clone from Reyes.
yeah.
I haven't been able to confirm it, but that's the rumor.
Well, I mean, a lot of people like to brag, like they get wine clones like from certain areas, but when you bring them to the United States or California specifically, it's like, it's like saying I was born in Poland and when I was 3, I moved to Canton, Ohio. It's like, well, where are you from? You're from Ohio. So it's like the soil and the weather and the yeast that is native. It plays a lot of, but I mean, that's about as close as you're going to get to a total OG. So, which for San Ynez, that's a big deal. I mean, they're really starting to grow some great wines, and I don't think they can do Grenache like this in up in Napa and Lodi and those hotter areas. I just don't think it's as good. I think that the balance, you got that weather, diffuse of like the hot and the cool. Like in Paso, they can pull it off there too. But I think
Kind of like the old Mick
this is the
DLT,
best place to do it.
right? Kind of like a Mick DLT. Keep the hot and the cool.
Exactly. Finally, somebody gets it.
Well,
It's true.
and for anybody that doesn't know, Patrick also, we've done a little wine tasting, and he does a high spirits wine show, which is wine tasting in a comedic fashion. And so this is kind of a blend. And I think we're looking to do something like that here in the near future where we can have a little bit more talk about the wine world on here. But for tonight, the rest of the night, we're going
Matt
comedy for the
and
rest of the night.
Dennis have both been on those shows. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes. So
Thank you, guys.
let's
Yes.
keep the ball moving. You guys are awesome. Mike and Alicia are sticking around for the rest of the show, and they get to be some audience aspect. Patrick, your shit. That's impressive. I love listening to it, but I want to hear some comedy. And I want to laugh my ass off.
Okay.
Going okay. So
Well,
go for it.
we have a really interesting feller. Like I said, he is who I look as mayor of Venice, and he tells it like it is. He's all over the place, but very sedentary. He is funny. He's always doing shows. He's everywhere. It's like he's always on his bike, riding around Venice. I mean, there is nobody like this guy who tells it like it is and is as crazy as anybody I know. Please welcome one of my favorite people, Dennis the Gubbins, everybody.
Hey, everybody. So wait,
How you doing?
is everybody on the screen still?
Everybody's
Yeah.
here.
Okay,
You're on the screen. The only one.
I'm on the screen.
right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
'Cause,
you're the main
for a minute,
guy.
When I jumped into this Zoom, I thought I had stumbled onto some sort of like right-wing conspiracy singles mixer.
Well, let's see. Oh yeah. Why is that? Why is that? Has
With the Q
beards?
Love. There's Q Love right there, and it's all a bunch of white dudes with beards and one lady.
Yeah, the one lady is like that. Always is the.
Bunch of old dudes. David's the guy who shows up every week hoping there'll be another lady. And then Knudsen's the guy who actually has the dead bodies buried in the yard. Don't trust that
Way
guy.
down there. Way
I'm
down
just your
there.
friendly neighbor. He's a nice guy. So you got to watch out. Yeah, I'm hanging out. I live in Venice, as Pat said. I've been here for a while. I'm quarantining alone. Single ladies, if you're out there, get out. This all could be yours.
He's got wine.
I got my boy Leland. I'm not alone. I got my dog.
Oh.
Oh, Leland.
What's up,
What a nice
Leland?
guy.
Best friend I
Oh.
could ask for, but I joke around, but it's getting close to that time with if things got super sideways, I would not hesitate to make love then eat Leland. That was a joke in March. In March, that was a joke. In March, everyone laughed at that. It's fucking middle of July,
Things
and I'm
get-
hungry. I'm hungry.
Did you say if things get sideways?
Things get really sideways. Why do I have to look at myself? Can I turn it off? Sorry, people at home.
Yeah, you can.
What else? I don't want to do it. Let's just chat. I'm, as most of you know, you guys don't know, I'm not a big wine drinker, but this seems to be working well with the edible aid about 40. More of a weed guy. I got scared straight. I got scared straight early during quarantine. I stopped smoking weed cold turkey because of the pulmonary aspect. Yeah.
Right.
And I've just been eating it. I've been eating the shit out of it. And I got it's a couple funny things happen while, if you don't know, eating weed is fun, but it can be scary. Like for people, it's like a razor's edge, that classic description of like one side is nice, you're good, and the other side is like you're dead, you're dying, you're having a horrible time. So I've been able to negotiate it. So this is something that happened to me while high on edibles. It was new into the mask wearing portion of our lives, and I was cleaning everything, spraying it all down with like bleach cleanser and stuff, and I just must have forgot, but I sprayed my mask with bleach cleanser. Forgot. A couple hours later, doing my exercise walk, and I have my mask on. I'm going up a hill, and I'm literally like, can't breathe. It's COVID. It's COVID. Lungs are burning. My lungs are fucking burning. That's one of the signs, right? One of the signs of lungs burning. And I'm like, oh, and I realized what it was, right? So that's one. So you'd think, okay, that's not going to happen again. A few days later, I'm cleaning my bathroom, spraying the shower with bleach spray, leave it in the tub. I let it sit, kind of like my dishes. My dishes are kind of like a, you ever watch The Deadliest Catch?
Oh, yeah.
Like that, a good 24 to 48 hour soak, before I go. Ladies, this could all be yours. So I'm cleaning out my shower, I go on an exercise run because that's important. And I come back, hop in the shower, turn on the hot water, spray, steam, and the bottle of Clorox is still there. So I pull it out, and again, I'm high on an edible. So I'm not really, I get in the shower and I'm starting to get really I'm getting baked. It's like, okay, this edible's kicking in. And then again, I can't breathe. I start inhaling the fumes, not putting it together because again, I'm on pot, and I started freaking out and I was like, I can't breathe. It's happening. It burns the lungs. I heard it. I've been told it feels like you're breathing in broken glass. And I started freaking out. And then I was like, oh my God, no, you're just high on an edible. It's bleach. And I had to literally say out loud to my brain, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna die from this. Thank you, marijuana. I appreciate you, but I'm not gonna die from this. You guys figure it out. And I finished my shower. And I made love to Leland, and I didn't eat it. But anyway, you guys want to know something fun to do? This is what I do. But you guys are all on cue, so you might not think it's funny. But I call it the Tucker Carlson challenge.
Oh, no.
That's the challenge where you try to watch Tucker Carlson, I can't even say it, Tucker Carlson for as long as you can before you throw something at TV. And my personal best is 3 seconds. For 2 of those seconds, I was like packing a bong. So it was really... I did that the other night. I was like, I just got to check in. I got to see what this guy, they're saying this stuff and I can't. And it was within 3 seconds that he literally said, they're coming for your culture. And I was like, well, if you're part of their fucking culture and like wearing goddamn jorts and American flag tank tops is part of their culture, then yeah, let's burn all that shit down, Tuck. You fuck. I don't know. I could be done. What else? I don't know what we were talking about. Here's a joke. Here's a joke. I think I'm gonna write a little thing about the Q love, so no one steal that. But I want Dave and Matt, both of you, in it, and it's gonna be a dating website app thing for guys, conspiracy theorists dating app.
I'm in.
Can I steal Q love?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want like a % of whatever.
Okay, you're in. You're in.
All right, cool.
You cut. Trust me. With that hat, you're on. But one thing I used to joke about months ago was that the loneliest thing I could think of doing, aside from taking a bath by candlelight, was playing charades alone. Now that I've been like with my dog, it's
Oh,
a
my
lot more
God.
lonely things out there, friends. Thank you. Good
Oh
night.
my
All right,
gosh.
Dennis.
Have a good one.
I
Thank
think
you
my
very
favorite
much.
thing was when he's having his Gubbs, when you're having your COVID, you're like Fred Sanford having that like, I'm coming to join you.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
When
It
you're
was
having
not a
your
joke,
bleach and
That really happened twice. It really like, and both times my brain was like, "You got it, you fucking idiot, you got it."
Oh my God, that was hilarious, dude. Well
Oh,
done, well
man.
done. Dennis Gubbins, everybody.
Thanks, Dennis.
The unofficial and official mayor of Venice. Hey, Gubbs, what's that bottle of wine you have hiding behind you? It
That's
looks like a
actually not
champagne.
wine. I was saying earlier before we came on the air, I'm from Marin County, California, and the winemaker people. I need to send you a link to this documentary about a winemaker in small
Have that in
town.
my
Is that
fridge.
Anchor Steam?
This
Yeah,
is
that's an
Anchor
Anchor
Steam
Steam.
commemorating the San
Leave after
Francisco
that.
Giants.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't
Very, very
realize
cool.
this is from
What year
2014, and
is
I
that
didn't
from?
realize beer is not so much like wine that if you let it sit for a while, it's
No,
better.
no,
So this is going to
That's a-
probably never be
dude.
open. But my buddy Jeff Rosenthal,
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's not something you necessarily want to drink. Or if you would have drank it, you could save the bottle anyway. That's kind of a
Yeah.
No,
that's a
no,
cool-
you save the bottle because if you open that, it's going to smell worse than the bleach. Trust me, that's going to be
Oh, yeah.
nasty. No, you don't want to open that. Keep the genie in the bottle. Keep the genie in the bottle. Well, very funny, very funny, man,
All right.
very funny.
thank you, sir.
I just
and,
wanted to ask
yes.
this question since we have so many people in the group. Am I the only one that thinks like that look that Tucker Carlson has on his face all the time? It looks like he tried to fart but accidentally shit his pants.
Every time. Every time.
And he's
every
like,
time.
"Oh no, I still need to be on the air for another hour."
Every time. Yeah. Every time. Everybody do it. Can everybody do the face? Let's just do a
Come on, baby,
No,
come back,
no.
come back.
And it just always exasperated. Like, how is giving people free healthcare gonna help anybody?
yeah.
Oh, I hate him so. I hate him so. Knut,
Yeah.
you got him.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful guy. He's a wonderful guy, that Tucker. He's like, I'm taking a long needed vacation, like to racist Tonia. Like, where the fuck is that guy gonna go? Where no one's gonna be like, fuck yeah, you asshole, you suck.
Hey,
You know
Pat.
what I mean?
Pat,
Yes.
they've been calling Racetonia, Alabama since I think like 1951. Okay.
Well, to our wine friends, my wife is from a place called Atascadero, which is right next to Paso Robles, and they call it Atascabama because they love the Trumpies up there. They love
Well,
them. They love them.
let's
To
go.
each their own. We love everybody. Q,
Red, white, and
you
blue.
love.
Red, white, and
Yes.
blue. Red, white, and
Yes.
blue.
Get that damn Vikings thing off.
Let's hold
Pat,
on.
if
Minnesota
if I'm
Vikings.
not mistaken, wasn't Tascadero Fonzie's girlfriend?
Yes, he was. He
So
was.
Matt, does that mean Tascadero let you into their country club?
Exactly. But it's only because they thought I was a cop.
That could be true. That could be true. All right. Well, listen. One of the people that has not spoke up,
At all.
we need to get him into this. Nix, where are you? Where are you? Are you there, buddy? There
I'm
he is.
here. Can you hear
There he
me?
is. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've had a conversation with anybody. I forgot how. I forgot you have to jump in.
Well, jump in because you are the fabulous David Nieker. I don't know how to describe you. I just funny. You're a piece of the puzzle that we need, and I just get a big kick out of you, man. Welcome.
Thank you. I enjoy being a piece of the puzzle.
that's my racist like Q whatever.
Hey, why you got to refer to Q?
Can't make a puzzle without all the pieces, dude.
So I'm flattered. Hang on.
You're in a place that looks like you'd be writing down on a piece of paper over and over. Jews will not replace us.
I thought maybe you were on the set of Stranger Things season 4.
I think more like season 8.
This is just my apartment. It's all I can afford. Hasn't been redecorated since the 70s. But that's okay. I like it. This is my office. We're in my office.
That's
I have
awesome.
my dartboard for my more creative moments.
Is that just putting a piece of photo on there and just throwing at people, or is that just actually?
Yeah, I like to play darts. I have a shoulder problem that I got in a motorcycle accident. I play darts. It helps me keep my shoulder loose.
Nice. We'll play some darts.
It's
Play a little
therapeutic.
cricket. Play a little cricket.
Plus, if I walk into a bar and somebody challenges me to a game, it's on.
And like I said earlier today, open up with motorcycle accident.
Well, I want to say, I don't usually open up with motorcycle accident, but I've learned so much today about, California soil conditions and limestone,
Slate,
biodynamics. I love a good biodynamic ganache
Grenache.
or Grenacia.
Or Garnett. Yeah, not
Nice.
bad. Not
Taking
bad.
notes.
Ganache
I've
is
learned
the
quite
thing
a
that
bit.
this goes good with.
Yeah, chocolate.
It's chocolate, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ganache.
I don't have any chocolate. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be talking to people. It's getting, I'm like Dennis, I'm quarantined by myself and have been for 4 months. A lot of people are comparing this virus to the Spanish flu, but for me, it's more like the Spanish fly. I'm so horny. I am good at this quarantine, though. I broke my leg in 2009. I spent 3 months in my apartment by myself, no visitors at all, stuck on my couch, pissing in a bottle. The only difference now is nothing's making me piss in the bottle. I'm afraid I'm going to walk out of this like a Japanese soldier walking out of the Philippine jungle in 1974.
1974.
The last guy to do that was named Haru Onoda, and he killed 30 people while he was in the jungle because he thought they were spies. So someone please talk to me. That's all I'm saying. The first week I went to the store and everything was gone. I had to survive 4 days on chili peanuts and pork rinds. I was afraid to go back. I can't handle that kind of rejection. Now it's like Lord of the Flies. At the Vons by me yesterday, I almost punched a guy because he said, "Excuse me," and then walked within 5 feet of me.
Oh my God.
I went to the gas station today for the first time since March, and I'd forgotten how to use the automated pump. I'm scared to think what that might mean for my sex life. By the way, do you know they put MSG in vaccines?
No.
But only so in about an hour you'll want another vaccine. Was that Gubbins? Thank you.
No, I was the real one. Knudsen.
Oh, that was
It was
Knudsen.
me.
It was Ney. It was Ney.
I laughed.
I laughed.
I'm looking at my notes.
Oh wait, you're
The
looking at
best part about this whole quarantine is a buddy of mine has apartment. He had his apartment upgraded to central air and heat. So he gave me his fireplace. It's electric. It's not the Amish fireplace in the wooden cabinet, but I think it has the same Chinese guts, It has LED flames, it's wall mounted, and has curved glass windshield. So it's like the fireplace of the future, which makes no sense at all. The fireplace hasn't changed since the dawn of human civilization. Right? That's mildly funny. It's new.
Are these questions? Are these questions?
But it's like the fireplace from a weird dystopian Amish future that may never come to pass. Or has it?
I think things
The
are going
fireplaces
sideways.
are awesome. What do you say?
It's going sideways.
Things are officially sideways.
We're
Leland!
going- No.
Leland!
No, leave Leland. Let Leland be. I'll bring you a
I
ham
like the
sandwich.
fireplace.
Yeah, it's bizarre when fuck, marry, kill are all one dog.
I can see this fireplace isn't winning any of its friends.
Oh,
Fireplace material.
Can we see?
We'll
I
take it.
miss what's going on because I'm reading my notes. All right, enough about my fireplace. I'm just going to close by saying I've been watching a lot of TV, seeing a lot of commercials, and Wayfair, you don't actually have anything that I need. I thought I was managing my moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Then my doctor told me I don't have Crohn's disease and kicked me out of his office. Stupid joke. All right, I'm going to end with my Jerry Seinfeld impression. What's with tomatoes? They're trying to be all other foods. There's grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, plum tomatoes. No other fruit does that except the banana pepper. David Nieker, thank you very much.
Good night, everybody. David Nieker. All right, that was fantastic. Anybody who says moderate to severe in a bit, you got me. You won me over. You know, I bow. You did a bow for that. Two of my favorite things were going sideways and moderate to severe tonight. All right. So very, very funny as usual. I expect nothing less of you, and you can take your beard off now.
Yeah, thank God.
Very funny. Can I say something?
Please.
Please.
Hi, Dave. Really
Hey,
loved
Dennis.
what you did. Really liked it. Before I send you to Hollywood, just one thought. No, I think you could do a fucking bit with "Take My Fireplace, Please." Tell that joke early on in a set, and then just continually come back to "Take My Fireplace, Please." Oh my God. That made
Is
me
it
laugh
on?
really hard.
Is it on right now? Can we see it?
No, but I didn't get to the part of the bit because you guys kept talking.
Well, it was so funny. We were interjecting.
I didn't get to the part of the bit where I streamed the fireplace live on Facebook for an hour so far, and people watch it.
Is it like having the Christmas tree thing?
Sort of. It changes colors. You could have like orange flames and red logs, or orange logs and blue flames, or red logs and green flames for Christmas, or blue flames and white logs for Hanukkah.
What about the? Can you roast marshmallows on it? Or
I
just
think
sit it on
I'm
top?
going to have to.
Well,
You know what
can
else
we-
I really want to do is like have like a fireplace chat on Facebook Live. I think I'm going to start doing that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
You
great.
guys are all welcome to come chat by the fireplace with masks on.
Well, I think David, that should be a fun thing to do once you're stricken with polio.
Knudsen with the FDR joke. Nice.
Let's see. Can we see it? Is there any way you can you show it to us?
It's a
No,
shareable situation. I don't know.
Bodies.
Well, I would have to bring it in here.
Well,
If you
okay,
give me
no,
a
no,
minute.
no,
Dave.
don't.
Hey, Dave. Dave, you said
It's
that
on
you-
Facebook. You can go to
said
my
that-
Facebook page and see 58 minutes of it burning.
Okay.
Well,
David.
Facebook cut it short because of music copyright violations.
Oh yeah. Yep. At David Nieker.
At my Facebook page, yeah, David Nieker. We pronounce it right.
I don't know anybody's names correctly.
That's
Knudsen.
okay. You're an
Nieker.
individual with
I
constitutional
thought it was
rights.
I don't even know. I'm
All
horrible.
right,
fine.
all right. Well, that was amazing. That was really funny. You are a bizarre individual who I care
Oh.
deeply for, and
I do my best.
Q,
Thank you.
Well done, Dave.
Q, what do you think of these newbies tonight? We got some real we
I
got a
tell you
couple
what.
hot coals.
Well, I love it. I love it. Dave,
Yeah.
I got a little taste of Dave when we were still live, right? It was on our last
Yeah,
live show. We had a blast with Wendy Jean, right? And he
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah, right.
That was it,
Oh,
but
forgot. Okay. Yeah.
Dennis is lighting it up though too, man. And-
He's the
Oh,
ghost.
yeah.
He's
And
the OG.
Lubtron.
But speaking of Santa Monicans, even though we weren't, one of my favorites, my old school pals, the real deal, plays golf. He worships things and of great, of the heavens. He can drink wine like an old Greek man in Santorini, which I like very much. And he is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet and the funniest. Matt Knudsen, everybody. Come on, Matt.
Hey.
Tear him up.
Awesome.
Thank you for that introduction, Pat. A lot of times what happens is before you go on, someone will say, hey, listen, what do you want us to say about you? And no matter what you say, make sure and mention that I worship things. People don't know that about me going in. The whole thing is just, it could be a potential wash. I am happy to be here, and I'm actually, a lot of my comedy is just kind of like community service oriented material. So I want to add, if you're looking for a good mesothelioma guy, Patrick.
Have you been? I have been out of the shipyard for.
Absolutely, yeah. He did such a good job on my mesothelioma. I also retained him for my hernia mesh. Hernia mesh. And I'll tell you what, a lot of times, sometimes you have to wait for those payoffs. But fortunately for me, I called J.G. Wentworth because I had a structured settlement, but I need cash now. I always enjoy, too, those J.G. Wentworth commercials because I'm sure at some point in the meeting, they're like, are you sure we can make one? We only have $45. Nah, that'd be fine. Yeah. No camera. This meeting is the commercial. Just bring the camera on the bus. We'll have people sing. Fuck these nobodies. And Michael, and I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't.
Alicia.
Say again?
Alicia.
Michael and Alicia.
Michael and Alicia. Hey,
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm really enjoying this wine. Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
it's really good.
And
It's
Pat's right. I am kind of a wine snob, not snob, but every time I go to a party, everyone can always count on me bringing at least one box of Franzia. 2 reasons.
Good.
One, it shows that you're classy and sophisticated. I mean, that goes without saying. And 2, it has a little handle that you can just carry it around and fill up the glass as needed.
It's so nice. So convenient.
Beach.
Yeah, thank you. You gotta zoom out. I think that's the term we're using now.
Well, I think that's the new marketing. That's the new packaging. Yeah.
Zoom out. Yeah. But things are going good. For my quarantine, I'm not proud to admit this, but I was one of those guys that right when things went down, I went and I hoarded a bunch of toilet paper. Away. I was in the first wave of toilet paper hoarders. And, at this point, I have so much toilet paper, I'm actually using it to wipe my ass. If that says anything about how things are going over here. Yeah.
Take it.
But it is tax day, I guess. If I ever filed taxes, that would mean something to me. But the point is, I try and stay on top of my finances. I'm always saving for goals. That's what they say. You have to start small and then save for a goal, right? So right now, what I'm doing, hopefully someday I have enough money to tell people exactly what I think of them. That's what I'm saving up. Because right now, I only have enough money saved to say, have a great day. But we'll see. We'll see. And I want to say this, I'm not rich. Things are going well. I'm not rich, but I will say this. I've never tried to return bananas to Costco. That's how my finances are shaping up these days. But it's crazy times, I have to say, if you had the Prime Minister of Tunisia resigning on your bingo card,
Ding, ding.
you have a pretty weird bingo card. Most of the time, when I've had bingo cards, they were just numbers and letters. That's just me. But I'm happy, lucky in addition to doing stand-up, I'm also an actor, so I have something to fall back on. It's good. But here I am, with all this Corona stuff that went down. I feel like I was just cut down in the middle of not having a prime. I miss traveling for comedy. Not long ago, I went out to Billings, Montana. I did a festival called the Big Sky Comedy Festival. Fun time. Because in addition to doing the shows, they also had activities for comedians to do during the day. They took us bowling. They took us horseback riding. And I'm not making this up. They actually took 20 comedians to a live shooting range.
Oh,
oh
no.
Loaded weapons.
Yeah, no.
And I'm happy and a little surprised to report that not a single comedian turned the gun on themselves.
They thought it.
Talk about opportunity meeting preparation. That was a lifetime in the making. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to stay hydrated. I actually had a physical right before this all started. Found out from my doctor that I'm dehydrated, and I had been dehydrated, and I've been hydrating wrong for years.
It's the mesothelioma.
What's that?
It's the mesothelioma.
It's because I have mesothelioma. It drives me out.
Sorry.
It just all that stuff just drives out my urethra. So I have to gotta stay hydrated. But I was doing it wrong. According to my doctor, what you're supposed to do is drink small amounts of water throughout the day. And what I had been doing is waiting until the night and drinking 4 to 6 Jack and Cokes. That's all. And I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm pleased to be golfing with Dennis Gubbins constantly, the Gubtron. He's an outstanding golfer.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually played golf yesterday. It was just me and a threesome, and I'm not making this up. It was a threesome of elderly Korean gentlemen. It was Tom, John, and Kevin. And it was obvious that they were, it was their American nicknames.
Yeah.
And they actually they had an American nickname for me too. All three of them called me Matt. I thought was nice. But I have figured out my handicap. I don't play a lot, but I figured out my handicap. My handicap is that I'm terrible at golf. The ability to play well eludes me. But I don't blame myself because I don't really have a lot of role models. I turn on the TV and you see Phil Mickelson, and he hits a lot of greens. I don't see him ever hitting a gardener. That's kind of my shot. But what am I doing?
That's nice.
Work through that.
I will leave you guys with this. I just wanted to take a second to show you the worst investment that I made all year. This is
Dave's fireplace. Oh,
this is my 2020 at a glance calendar. If I could go back in time and get that $17.95 back, I would. Also, to a point of personal pride, I don't take a lot of pictures with a lot of people, but here's a pictures of me with both Dick Van Dyke and Dick Van Patten.
Oh, nice. Very
nice.
Right.
Honor in my office. And it's been an honor spending time with all of you guys. Whatever you do, never follow me on social media. Thank you.
Yeah.
Always awesome.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
Okay, first of all, man, I told you once, I'll tell you 1,000 times. It's all about the 7-iron. Let's Q that goes for you too.
Pat,
yeah.
I try to say it to him all the time. Hit your 7-iron over and over till you get a regular tempo fluid swing.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I would love to play, Matt. If you live around the area, I love to golf, man. So
join us.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I want to golf.
I'll play anytime with you. Let me
Make
know.
I've been playing golf since I was 9 years old.
All right.
And I'm a great caddy. But anyway.
But I haven't played much as an adult, actually.
The courses we play are not difficult. It's Penmar and it's Woodley Lakes, and
Great.
you'll be great.
What are they?
in my backyard.
What are they charging? 35, 40 a round or something like that now, or $50 a round?
For the 18, it's like 30 something bucks at
Yeah.
Woodley. It's cheap. It's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
whatever.
what
It's not-
we use- what
nowadays
we
it matters,
use
right?
most of the time, Q, is you can get a really good discount if you just go to the third hole and start there when no one's
I thought you were gonna say if you just walk up to the first tee, coughing and sneezing and shivering.
Just leave that guy alone.
Let him go. Give him space.
Give him space. I don't want to call the cops.
Don't fuck with me. I know Jacob Emrani.
Yeah, don't even get sweet James Bergener on your ass. Knudsen, can I request one joke from you? I think you know what it is. It's my favorite short joke of yours because you have so many great bits.
Thanks, brother.
Do you know the one?
No.
About dates. You ask the audience.
Oh, hey, I see a lot of couples here in the crowd, and I just like to ask, well, applause, is there anyone here tonight on a last date?
Love that joke.
Matt Knudsen, everybody. Matt Knudsen. This has
I'm
been
happy to
fun
know
time.
you guys and to spend time with you. So it's
How much this is fun. I mean, I first of all, I'm like, and I mean this, all you guys were so funny. Nikes, hilarious. The Gubbs crushing it. We our special guests, Mike and Alicia. Thank you for this wine. It's delicious.
Wait, is it
and
Alicia or Elisa? How do you say your name?
Alicia.
Alicia. Well, you guys have done very well. Congratulations on the wine. It's terrific.
Yeah, delicious.
And I gotta say, and Dennis, you were hilarious. You guys were all really funny. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Really good.
You guys are really
fun.
funny. And of
Fun
course,
format.
the Q Master, the guy that loves everybody. Thank you, buddy. This has been really
guys.
fun. So
Appreciate
we're right on schedule, and this is a blast.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great night. It was a great night. And you know what? And Patrick, and really, everybody kind of got to see who was listening. Patrick and his High Spirits Wine Show. We're gonna do something more with this in wine and comedy. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think we're gonna work out a really cool pattern. We're having some ideas. So
Some ideas. Oh boy.
well, you got the one show, but virtually we're gonna do something cool.
Yes,
We're gonna make it.
yes.
And so this is a nice little taste test. And Mike and Alicia, you guys are great as always. Two of
And
my
you're
favorite-
invited back anytime. Bring wine.
Just bring. Yeah, you only have to bring wine. No big deal.
Yes, this is amazing. This is amazing.
But,
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
David,
It
always
was
great.
fun. Good
Great to
times.
see you, Dennis. Nice to meet you, Matt. Nice to see you again. I want to give it out, Patrick. Great job as always as host with the
Thank
most.
you.
Appreciate you always, man. Everything you do. Give the best to the fam. But
Yes.
everybody, I want to leave everybody with anybody that's watching. We also do Mindful Mondays this Monday, 7 p.m. on Monday nights. It's a little more chilled, a little more serious, but we add
Way
a little
more.
humor to it. But this Monday is going to be something really, really intense. I'm trying to change the vibe, but there's a young lady that was involved in some. I'm going to say it, sex trafficking on Monday. And it's one of the most insane stories you've ever heard. And
Bring the comedy.
It's crazy here in the United States. This stuff is happening, but there's some serious things we got to cover. So it's nice to have this nice break to have some humor during this. And then we go into some serious stuff. So anybody who wants to join us, Q loves you all.
Please do.
Night.
Please do.
And other than that, thank you all very much.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Wear a mask.
We love you all.
Thank you.
All
You
right,
guys were amazing. All of you. Seriously. So great. I'm so happy with the show.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.
Godspeed, guys.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Good night.
Later. Ciao.